Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Graybeards. My name's Wayne. To my left over here, or bottom, top, wherever you
Yes,
may
you
be.
got it right. I'm just down here
Here on the bottom, I have a good friend, Bug.
on the bottom.
Yeah, good
Come
morning.
from the bottom.
Good morning. Let me get my hat in the similar cockiness for you.
There you go. You ready?
No,
North
my
side.
my my father-in-law. When you talk about hat, he told his kids, "You can't wear your hat. You gotta lock it on."
Okay.
So they were
Yeah.
walking as youngsters. They'd walk around with their hat always turned sideways. It was locked on, so it was
Yeah.
locked on.
Okay. That seems to be a northern thing. It's the
Yeah,
hat turned locked
yeah.
in.
It's funny, talk about hats. Just real quick, like hats, how they've changed, in style, right? They went to this flat bill and cat. I know I've talked about this before. They'll have the thing pulled down with their ear. They have it so big that they could tuck their ears in underneath the hat.
Hmm.
To me,
Yeah.
that's just weird. I'm not trying to say they're right, Ron. It's not the way I'm wearing a hat because I want it locked on,
Hmm.
so it don't blow off in the wind. But
Yeah, man. My
we've had this
uncles used to
hat
wear their hat
conversation.
kind of tilt to
Yeah.
the side like this here. You know what I'm saying? It's
I've never seen a
transitional
baseball. I've not seen baseball caps done like that. I've seen them kind of kicked up,
baseball.
kind of,
Yeah.
kicked more
South.
to the back of their head, or you know,
Yeah, Southeast thing right there.
yeah. And I
Sporting.
never. It was always for me. It was always referred to as a baseball hat, right, or cap,
Yeah,
baseball cap.
we
It's a
refer to them as
baseball cap,
caps in baseball. Yeah.
right? And I didn't know that they did. The kids today, well, it's been more young adults today. They were calling them for a long time truckers hat, and and then there was a snapback and all kinds of weird, and I was like, we don't have one style that I remember. A kid where it was the snaps in the back, like this is a snapback, flat snapback. I
Yeah.
don't know. Anyways, I digress.
Yeah.
Enough about baseball hats. Well, the elephant in the room, if you will, obviously, um, is I didn't know the guy, but I knew of him. I've watched some of his. Hard not to see some of his stuff um, on YouTube. And you said you hadn't seen anything about, um, rest of soul, Charlie Kirk
Hmm.
assassination. It
Hmm.
just, I mean, I'm indifferent about it. I don't, I don't have any real skin in that fight, if you will.
Hmm.
I'm a
Yeah.
constitutional conservative. Some might even call me a libertarian, but I don't. I'm not. I'm probably closer in line with a Republican than I am anybody. But
Hmm.
I just,
Yeah.
it just pains me that these people are out there saying he deserved it because of his hate speech, and
Mm.
he called him a
Yeah.
fascist, with no,
Hmm.
um, what is it, the fascism because he was a Christian, pushing the Christian ideology. I don't know, you know, but I don't remember anywhere saying where if you were not a Christian that you had to be eliminated or removed from the country. And I don't know of him ever saying that directly.
Hmm.
Now, if he inferred that to some, I could see where they were like, "You're saying I'm not good enough because I'm not a Christian." I don't know. I don't know enough about. I didn't study Charlie Kirk's speeches or any of that.
Nah, I didn't either. I mean, it's a tough thing that when you mix religion with politics, that's a tough sell,
It
you
shouldn't
know.
be. It shouldn't be.
Let's
Not in this,
It is though.
not in this
It's a
country.
tough deal.
You should be able to talk
Well,
freedom of speech, freedom of religion in this country. You should be able to have a this, and this isn't his wasn't solely based on religion, though, right? On his religious beliefs.
that's what I'm
But
saying.
yeah,
Yeah,
he was
yeah.
pro-life, not
It's a tough.
pro-choice.
Mm,
You know.
yeah. This is me.
Hmm.
This is what I feel about Christianity and politics. Now, if you're a Christian, of course, that's going to probably affect your political views because there's things that's going to be near and dear to you. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? You're going to be influenced. Your politics is going to be influenced by your core belief, and I believe that Christianity is a core belief. So it's going to affect. But you're running a nation where our nation has said that we want a separation between the church and the state. You know what I'm saying? And they got that for the most part. I think the intent was we don't want the church running the state. But if you got Christians in there, you know what I'm saying? They're going, or whatever religion you want to pick. I'm not just picking on the Christians, but if you got them in there, that's going to influence their decisions, which is going to influence what they say is good and what they say is bad. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of, but we're just not going to let the church run it. And that's the whole, I can get into a whole lot of stuff. But anyway,
But if
he
you,
was doing both.
he wasn't even political. He wasn't running for political office. He's not even a politician.
Well, I mean, just think about it. It was, how they term it is assassination, right? Now, I'm sure that, uh,
Well, you don't have to be a political figure
it
to be
could be
considered to be
yeah,
assassinated. I don't think. I don't
yeah, I
know.
think that, yeah, he was assassinated. So he was part, and it seems like they had him political figure. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I don't think that's bad. I think that's pretty close to the truth, But
but he's
and that
not. He
that shit
wasn't in politics. He's
he
not a He
wasn't.
wasn't running for office. He probably would have eventually. I could see. I mean, he was 31 years old, so yeah, yeah, maybe.
Mm.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
This if you guys out there in Graybeard land, if you got some clarity on what we're saying, just put it in the comments. And speaking of comments, man, I've been failing you guys. I'm sorry. This darn job got me, man. It's got me. But don't worry, Wayne's out there to remind me. But anyway,
He
put them out
is.
there. Eventually, I will do my due diligence and we can speak to. I definitely appreciate what you guys saying. But hey, y'all guys can enlighten us. Was he a political? I personally think he's a political figure, so to speak. I mean, he was leading a movement. Obviously, I mean, his wife got on there. She made a speech. I was first of all amazed that she was able to do that. I don't. You probably haven't seen her speech. She made a speech the other day. Shout out to the world, and she was saying, "Hey, this movement is not going to stop. I'm going to press this thing even more. You guys have unleashed a monster by taking out my husband. You know what I'm saying? So, and just the language that she was speaking in, she, she, it wasn't it wasn't just a lone guy. You know what I'm saying? It was like a movement that was just the language. Now, if you look at her speech, she didn't just blame this guy, the shooter. She was like, "There's more individuals behind this individual." So I'm like,
What?
I
What?
kind of examine the speech.
I mean, I
Yeah,
don't
his
know
wife.
what movement. What movement do
I
you
would
speak?
think that she was probably thinking about the this the movement that was behind his assassination.
Well,
I think she kind of inferred that, whoever, the groups that he was speaking against, the groups that's trying to fundamentally change what America is. I think she was pretty much saying that those individuals. You know what I'm saying? This movement is gonna, hey, you bad was ain't gonna be able to stop me. stop us, stop what we got going on. Um, let's see what she said. I might be able to pull it up. But yes, she was. So I'm like, man, this is a little. It sounds like there's a war inside of a war going on.
Well, that's what
There's
that.
a great.
I mean, I can see what you're saying. I understand what you're saying a sense because the left extremists or what have you are they fear that he was affecting their movement, right? He was influencing people to stray away or walk away from what they're, believing, if you will, right? And if they felt if you silence this person, they have a better chance of um, keeping their way of life, if you will, unchecked.
Yeah,
And he
something to
was
that effect.
right. He was questioning their, he would have them debate. He never turned anybody away from the microphone to come up and have a conversation, and he would explain, answer their questions. And the only thing they would come up with is they were ill-informed or uninformed about the subject within their trying to make, and he was always had a counter for them. If he didn't, he would have, he would he would see him on his phone researching to what was available, the almighty wow
Mhm.
world wide web, if you will, but
Yeah. And you
but
notice though, and this, go ahead, finish your point. I'm sorry.
well, the one thing I listened to, I wish I knew his name. I saw he made a very good point. Um, that they were talking about how, and it's so just disturbing how people on certain platforms or getting on whatever platform are saying he deserved what he got, you know, and this guy he said he was talking to a good friend of his, I guess, and they were having an argument about, about why it's not right to sit there and do he deserved what he got because of his speech or what have you. And he made a point, and I talked to you a little bit about this, Friday, that he's the victim for whatever, what the victim, they call it victim shaming because it's been thrown around a lot about when women deserve to be assaulted because of the way they dressed or what have you, right? Um,
Hmm.
and it's not that they deserved it; they made themselves a target for predators, if you will, by certain actions or apparel that they may have chosen to wear, right? I'm just
Hmm.
saying, you know,
Yeah,
you know, it's not necessarily
that's a big
guilty by
argument.
association, but if you want to go swim with the crocodiles and you get mad because you get eat by a crocodile, right?
Yeah,
It doesn't, if you're, that it doesn't mean you deserved to be, you get what you deserved. He got what he deserved just because they didn't know the crocodiles were going to eat him because they're, swimming in that water that most
hmm,
normal sane people would know. But in this
hmm.
country, you have the freedom to do certain things, and doesn't mean you have that they should um, justify murdering this guy because of his rhetoric, right? Because I
Right,
guarantee
right.
you, if that was the case, there would be a lot of people gone, you
A
know.
lot of people, definitely. This is strange. I think it's a strange thing. Ladies, some of y'all might get mad at what I'm about to say, but just let's just go back to the basics, right? Okay. to be sexually attracted to a person, right? We all know that certain things make you more sexually attractive to whoever, right?
Yeah.
And now you may not be, I don't know if you're trying to be sexy, I don't know. But see, you can't read a person's mind. So people won't be honest. You know what I'm saying? You look in the mirror as you, like me, okay? I look in the mirror, I groom my beard sometimes. I want to look what you call good. Now, I'm not necessarily trying to attract somebody like that, but I want to, want to present a good image. Now, there are
Well,
things that I
yeah.
wear where I want to attract the opposite sex, right?
Hmm.
My daughter teased me and her friends teased me because sometimes I wear my shirt, especially when I was thinner. I'll have it unbuttoned to like halfway, right? Showing my little muscles on my chest, right? So that I know that's attractive to at least I feel in my mind. I'm trying to do what I'm doing, okay?
Yeah.
So if I'm thinking like that, well, no need is me denying it. Now, if some woman, if I'm dressed like that, if my wife see me walking out the house with my shirt unbuttoned, she's gonna stop. She's gonna like, hey, where you going like that? Where are
Yeah.
you going like that? Now, oh, I'm not trying to attract anybody. I'm not trying to do anything. This is just me. Come on, man, be honest. You want to attract somebody. And when you want, sometimes you attract all kind of things. You attract things that you don't want, right? I noticed that a lot of times women, man, if they're in a certain men and women, me, if I went certain places, I might attract a man. And you might unconsciously start buttoning up my shirt. Like, hey man, this is too much for you. You know what I'm saying? Because we live in a world where men are attracted to men, and I'm definitely not trying to do that. So I may go a little bit more conservative on feel like that. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, let's
True.
just be
True.
honest. Yeah, let's just be honest with it. Look, man. So just getting down to the roots of the thing before I get lost. Yeah, you got the right to do certain things, but just realize you you throw some meat in the water, and he's calling us meat. You can't even talk in this country. But if you throw some meat in the water, it's gonna attract all kind of things, right?
Yeah,
You're gonna
absolutely.
attract
And,
all
and
kind
that's
of critters.
but the point is that it's still, you can't blame them because they were assaulted or attacked.
Oh, you're not blaming them. You just
Yeah.
need to realize what you're doing.
Oh yeah,
You might not be
absolutely.
doing yeah, I'm trying to catch a big mouth bass and there's some darn catfish grab my line. I ain't even fishing for you, you know? Yeah, you kind of
Yeah.
advertise. If I got a sign on my trailer say I do lawns and then some cat like, hey man, you mind doing my lawn? No, dude, I'm not doing your lawn. What
What
make
makes
you
you
think I
think
want
I'm
to do
doing
your
your
yard?
yard? Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, I just like the sign. I just like saying sharp lawn care. I got the right in this country to advertise my phone number if I want to. Matter of fact, it ain't a real phone number.
Yeah.
I just like driving around with lawnmowers and phone numbers on my darn trailer. I got a right to do that. Leave me alone. You're offending me. I'm being ridiculous, right? Am I being ridiculous? I'm being ridiculous. Come on, y'all. So back to Charlie Kirk.
Great.
Unfortunately, I don't wish death on him, but notice he was going on college campuses, right? He realized that these colleges, and they've been doing it for years, they've been doing it since maybe the inception of college institution. They indoctrinate the kids.
Yeah.
So he was fighting against the indoctrination, because these learning institutions they're a real danger to changing the fabric of this nation because most kids these days parents try to send their kids to school. If your kid come home acting weird, it's
They
because they've
all
been to
acting
college.
weird. They
They
don't care.
naturally act weird now. The kids, and I wasn't any exception. You know what I'm saying? Because I was naturally against what my parents were saying. So anyway, these colleges, they're out there, they're telling these kids some stuff that you're not telling them. and they come home and they challenge your authority. Daddy, what's wrong with white people, or what's wrong with Japanese people, or what's wrong with black, or whatever? What's wrong with eating this? What's wrong with not wearing clothes? What's wrong? Whatever. You know what I'm saying? These colleges educating them,
Well, and
you
that's
know?
the thing. But you're not going to go home and start accusing your parents of, you may have a conversation with them, but there's some people that won't even talk to their parents. They don't even once they leave the house, they never talk to them again. Right? Which
Yeah, I don't know.
I
You
mean,
might be right, but
I ain't been home in years. I met people in the military. It's like, what, they're like, yeah, I don't know. I ain't talked to my parents, whatever. They joined the military and just was gone, right? They may not have had the ideal family situation. I don't know. Maybe that, how many
yeah,
people that, I know you've been to exposed about same number basically people. There's very few that joined that had, we're kind of the exception that both of their parents were their parents and not stepdads, stepmoms, or single moms, you know what I
hmm
mean? But a lot of
hmm
them in the military were, I say a lot. The percentage is probably very high of the military
divorce
folks
is
that
that.
was, divorce is high. You're right, but
Mhm.
a lot of people I know their their dad's not their dad or their mom or there's just, you know,
Yeah,
um,
yes, fractured family
and
type
then they
situation.
join the military, and a lot of ones that don't make it are the ones that they struggle with the authority or rule following in the first place.
hmm
Or they have
hmm
other, it wasn't for them. They want to go on to school. And back in our day, it was a lot different. It wasn't like all these benefits that they have now for education in the military. Ours were not there.
hmm
It was definitely not. What?
Yeah.
Yeah. Um,
So
so,
so yeah. Yeah, I
we've
mean,
been
but they
rambling on about,
whoever raised them,
huh?
I was gonna say whoever raised them, they're gonna challenge that authority because they're educated.
Yeah,
Even me.
absolutely. If unless they have differencing of opinion or different view, right? Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't
I
know.
come from my dad. My dad feel like he you think about all the years that he has been the king, he's been the top of the education of learning in our household, right? And then I tell him, hey, pops, bats, they hunt by making sound. And the sound bounces off the insect and comes back to them. They got this supersonic hearing. And this is how they catch their food. Now I think sometimes these bats, they hunt on the ground. They land in the shrubberies and I'm like, you seen how awkward a bat is trying to walk? He would never get any food. This is not how he hunts. I'm challenging his authority. He's like, no, bro, no, you think you're smart. You've been educated. You've been retooled. Well, I'm telling you, insects hang out in shrubs and bats hang out in shrubs to get the insects. I'm like, bro, I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. Google it. Oh, they don't know everything.
Yeah. Now we're unless you're talking like a fruit bat that'll go and eat fruit.
Well, yeah, fruit bat. I mean, it's a fruit bat.
Yeah. They get rid of them
Yeah,
fruit
no,
trees around your house.
it's not an azalea bat. It's a fruit bat. You know what I'm saying? But we can move on. That's my
Yeah.
spiel. I'm not, look, folks out there, I'm gonna put this out here, man. Then we'll move on. Um, Look, my thing is, and I'm probably the worst mug in this country, right? Because I believe in a higher power, and how higher power governs my life. You know what I'm saying? So there's things over here I like, and there's things over here I like. But he is he's the ultimate. He's the one that I try to pattern my life after. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really, like I told my man Wayne, I've only voted a couple of times that some of y'all out there like, oh, this is not American, you don't vote. You know what I'm saying? But I am taught to pray for my leaders, whoever they are, whatever they are. Pray for them.
Mhm.
Lord,
Yeah.
let them make the right decisions and stuff. There's stuff out there that some of these folks are passing that's weird. I think it's detrimental. We've seen that it's detrimental. You know what I'm saying? But they still voting it into being. There's things, there are good and bad things, people. You know what I'm saying? Just realize that there's a lifestyle you can lead that leads to death, and there's a lifestyle you can live that leads to life. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, definitely.
It's
Yeah.
fundamentally true. Yeah. So, folks, man, just look, where is this path taking you? Even if you're not, even if it ain't a governmental thing, you just living your life. Where's this path leading you? And you know what I'm saying? And, people are gonna come at me for my views. You know what I'm saying? But hey, I got the right
Yeah.
to think what I want to think. But moving on if you want to. How
No,
about
it's
them
you know,
Georgia Bulldogs?
no, just final thing is, they shouldn't be victim shaming. Those that have, it's just unbelievable, how they contradict their own self, what they say, right? But, rest in
Hmm.
peace, Charlie Kirk. And I wish and pray for those that were left behind that
Yeah.
directly were impacted by this heinous action.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't wish death on anybody. There's a few people now if I didn't even live in the time of the people that I wish death on. That was like Hitler, and I might even be wrong to a certain extent, but I wanted that dude gone from watching. I grew up watching this movie called The Holocaust. I'm like, this dude is evil. I'm like, if I was living back then, I'd have shot that bad boy. I don't know. But other than that,
They tried to
there's
stop
not
him,
many. It's not
but
many
you
people.
can't. He was just one person, and there was
Yeah, and
evil
that's
in
the thing.
there was evil in their hearts. Those that were committing those and allowed themselves to be manipulated to think that the Jewish people were the root of their issues, their problems,
Yeah.
right? Um,
Hmm.
and then
Yeah.
that's the thing. That's where I struggle with is like if you sit there and you condone this kind of action. Um, what have we come to in this country if you that is condoned um,
Hmm.
this kind of thing, right? It's like,
Yeah, I saw a lot of stuff on that. There's a lot of kids, man. Well, young adults, I should say, they wanted him gone. And the people, saw a lot of clips. Folks say, I'm glad he's dead. I'm like, dang,
oh,
what in the world is going on?
it's unbelievable. That it just blows my mind that people
Mhm.
um, come up. And the one theory that drove me nuts was, oh, it must be some celebratory shooting on a college campus. Where do you think this is? Kandahar. Some kind of what? Nobody's out there. And this is a part of the brain rot on the left, if you will. You know
Mhm.
that are making the MAGA, if you want, which is you know, it's not. They're turning it into more than what I think it really is. So
Mhm.
it's just
Yeah.
like-minded people that want America to be successful and continue on, right?
Hmm. Yeah. But
But
yeah, of course, there's mugs out there that's like, yo, no, it's not. Because that MAGA does not suit my needs. You know what I'm
oh
saying?
yeah,
And
oh
so we're against.
don't even get me started on the Democratic socialists that is out there. We
Right.
got 10 minutes, so
Oh,
uh,
shoot. Got a lot. We used a
they're.
lot of time.
I don't know. I'm not very well versed on Martin Luther King's book and his writings, but they were taking stuff that out of context and making it part like this is their doctrine that Dr. King was supportive of democratic socialists, which is not the case. If you
Mm,
read his book, it's
mm-hmm.
that's not part what he was saying. He was telling just the opposite that
Mm.
You'd have to read it. I don't
Hmm.
have the book. I think I'm going to pick it up just to read, get myself. Um,
Yeah, get educated on.
yeah.
And I don't
Um,
know. I mean, with King, as far as I know, in his speeches, he just wanted equality for everybody. You know
yeah,
what I'm
and
saying? That's just,
he's a prime example of a man that was trying to educate people on what was going on in that time, right? The
mhm,
atrocities, what have you, whatever, the racism that was happening.
mhm.
It's just, it just drives me nuts, man. And that guy that I don't even know his name up in New York that's running for mayor. You know,
Oh, that guy.
yeah,
Yeah.
he's the
Yeah.
one that
Hey,
said he
man.
considers himself a democratic socialist. No, whatever. That doesn't even. It's he's coining a phrase that Dr. King said in one of his books,
Right.
um,
Right.
chapter six, I believe. I can't remember
Mhm.
the name, but anyways, it's unbelievable. But anywho, lighter side, you want to talk about
Light aside,
some
how about, you know
bulldogs,
what?
and you want to talk about?
I didn't hear anything from KB, man. You
Oh,
know, your little comments, you done scared them off. You know what I'm saying?
my comments on
Yeah, your
blah blah
comments are,
blah.
yeah, not on that. When we were at work, hey man, 30 freaking announcements from Kyle. You know what I'm saying? That he's like, maybe I need to tone it down. Kyle,
What on
I,
he what are you talking about?
I haven't seen I didn't see much action on there.
On what?
Not on our thread.
Which one?
The text message, the blah
It's
blah
called
blah, the one he's always announcing the scores on.
yeah, he did. He was on there.
He put some stuff out there, but it's not.
There was
He only
20 some messages yesterday, and I'm out in the middle of the lake looking for gators, and it's just being ridiculous. I was like, good Lord.
scaring off your gators, man.
I was like, what the? And
Uh,
I
he
guess
he didn't say anything about Georgia. He mentioned Georgia. He was like
he did mention Georgia.
one time. He didn't
Well,
say,
so
"Hey,
what?
man, congratulations, Georgia won." Ooh, man, Georgia.
Nobody's saying that ever.
I said it.
I'm well, all right. Call me nobody. That's what you should be
Yeah,
saying. My name is
yeah,
nobody.
yeah. I can take that. He's a hero of mine.
um, yeah, I don't. I didn't even. I don't even know. I didn't even look. Um,
Mhm.
I don't know. We
Yeah,
were. I think Penn State was playing Villanova or something.
yeah. They beat
Ohio
up on
State.
Villanova.
Yeah,
They
Ohio
won.
State had some.
I don't know if Kentucky won. That's the thing. Did they win?
I don't know. Why would I know
I
about
don't know.
Kentucky? I'm not a fan of Kentucky
I'm not either.
Wildcat.
I'm a heckler when it comes to Kentucky football. So,
But they're
you
your
know,
basketball team.
yeah, that's
You're
just my
so.
best. I love them, man, basketball. Oh my God. They just
Nobody likes college basketball. Only them geeksters that they don't have a life and only mow their
no,
yard.
yeah, yeah.
That's their whole
So yeah,
life
man.
is their whole week surrounds mowing their yard is from Monday through Sunday doing their
Hey,
mowing
that's
their
me.
yard with their
That's me
tiny
and
little
Kyle.
mower and their huge plantation acreage that they have. What's the
Yeah, he's
smallest
cutting that thing
mower
all the
I
time.
can? What's the smallest mower I can get to do this 22-acre farm?
Hey, man. I know. And then he got a gigantic extension cord hooked up to it. It's electric.
I
Wow.
say, I'm not even going. At least that is doable. It's just gonna take you a while.
It can happen. If you want to mow
Yeah,
your yard every day and have a high
yeah,
electric bill, that's the way you need to go.
yeah. I don't know. I don't know. It's just so funny, man. I have to laugh.
One of my customers got a weed eater, right? This weed eater has wheels on it. It has two wheels on it. and it's electric. Well, it's battery powered. And he was so proud of the thing, man. He was like, "Man, look at this! Look at my weed eater."
Yeah.
And I was just like, "Well, you're never gonna get a chance to use it, but it's good because I do his yard, so you know what I'm saying. You're probably not gonna get a chance to use that thing." But he was happy. It was Christmas, and he showed it to
Yeah.
me last week. Christmas in September. He was happy. His wife was happy. They was
I have one. I have one that actually will fold up for, compact storage.
you got
And
a wait a minute.
it
You
it
got a
works.
battery operated weed eater with wheels on? Is that what you're
No,
saying?
no, no. I don't have no wheels on it. I don't know what the wheels are, unless it has you can turn the head, some of them, and use it like an edger. That's what the wheel does.
You can use it, but these wheels are you can adjust the cutting height for your weed eater. For that weed, for his weed eater. And you can just push it. It's like I thought he had a cane. I was like, man, your cane got wheels on it. No, it's a weed eater. He did the old James Bond. He switched lanes on me. I was like, dang. I said,
Mhm.
man, I thought you had a cane. He was like, no, this is my battery powered weed eater, bro.
Yeah.
And he's a cool dude, man. He got one of the little mini chainsaws and stuff like that. And he's, when I
Little
go to
pocket
his
one,
yard,
man.
he's showing little pocket chainsaw. You never
Just for
know.
when that branch just shows up out of nowhere. Ooh.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I got a video. I'm gonna try to post that sucker, man. I'm gonna post it because he gave me his pocket size chainsaw,
I got one. My
and I was
mom
out in
had
this.
one. My
This
mom
year.
had one for pruning. Yeah, like when she was pruning, limbs and stuff on her.
Now that sucker was practical. I was like, okay, I can get it. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? Instead of doing no V12,000, you could
it
put
does
a
pretty good. It's
chainsaw.
surprisingly how good they.
It was
I,
amazing. A clean cut, little
mm,
chain on it. I could put this chain right here on the thing, just cut.
yeah, I have the problem I like my mom's that she had bought was it's a no name knockoff, and the batteries are garbage after a year. You know,
Mm. Yeah,
it's cheap enough that you
yeah,
could just go buy another one, I guess.
right,
It
right.
ain't, they're not super expensive. They're more money than I would want to pay for one.
hmm Tracking.
I use a
But
lopper.
yeah, yeah, a lopper. Yeah, lopper,
Mhm.
Cindy type. Yeah,
Cindy Lauper.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah,
Girls just wanna have fun.
fun.
Uh,
And on that note, we have less than a minute as I look up here, and we have,
yeah.
let's
Listen a
so
minute. Hey, don't get caught up in the foolishness, okay? Stay alive. We need you. That's it. That's it. That's my message. Don't get caught up in it.
yeah. And then
What you got, Wayne?
I would tell everybody that if you did get caught up in the foolishness, there's it's never too late to repent your
Return to the
sins.
light.
Yeah, come back to the light. Um, but on that note, thanks for watching, everybody. Hey, leave us a comment down there, and hit the like button. It tells us that you like the content and it gives us some motivation. And on that note, take care, everyone, and God bless.
God bless y'all.